We are live. Welcome back, everybody. We do this every Friday, 7 a.m. California time, 10 a.m. New York time, and 8:30 right now in India, uh, or roughly 8:30, 8:41 now. But Rajiv ji is here. He's our immigration lawyer. Helps us answer some of the questions you guys might have. I know a lot of you sent me emails that please ask this to Rajiv ji. I get so many emails, so please try to come and join this session because we're gonna already have like a lot of audience asking those questions over here. So I can't like take your request and ask Rajiv ji. I don't get personal favors from Rajiv. I do get personal favors, but I'm not
Hang
gonna
on.
say that.
See, let me add something here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Listen, guys, if you consult me privately, I will charge you $250, $230, something $220 for every 15 minutes. So you pay $1,000 an hour for consultation. I am more than happy to do it free for you. The least you can do is show up.
Yeah, that's so nice way to put it. Thank you. Wow, $2,000 for an hour. That's a lot
I've
of.
done that for the past 15 years. Never raised my fee after that. Never
Okay.
have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to be so good that I can make my
Well, see, what happens is when you have been doing the same thing for 30 years and
right.
you've done every possible angle of it,
Yeah.
starting from filing a form,
Mm,
chasing the form down through appeals, through audits, and all the way to federal courts, you get to know every angle of the problem.
right.
So, what people will take 2 hours to solve, I can probably do it in 2 minutes. Not because I'm exceptionally bright, but because I've been doing it for a very long time and I'm very careful. And
Mm,
I always remember intelligence is systematic doubt. First, you think about something, then you doubt it, you verify it. Truly intelligent people are always in doubt. So
mm,
I'm always in doubt. I don't know if I'm intelligent, but
yeah.
what happens is when you double check, triple check, verify everything, and still I could be wrong. Yesterday, one of my teammates pointed out something to me which I had neglected. So in our consultation, especially the complicated ones, we always have at least two people online because I can forget things.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. There's so many angles to immigration law.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Let's start. Is there anything new? Because I know we missed last week. So, is there any new updates from immigration perspective? Any new
Hey,
news changes?
did we talk about the Child Status Protection Act changes?
No.
Okay, so there is only one change which could be relevant for those people who are in the United States turning 21 while their
Mm,
parents are getting their green cards. Okay, so here is the change. As you folks who are already in the United States know, ek to yaar, this is not mirror image, so it's weird. Uh, my
Yeah, yeah,
Zoom,
yeah.
my Zoom is set up differently. So um, what happened was that US Congress began to realize that we have a very unfortunate situation where immigration times have been extended so much that children are aging out because once you turn 21 you're not entitled to derivative benefit. You
Mm,
can't get an H4, you can't get an F2, and you also cannot get many derivative green cards.
mm,
So to carve out exemptions to that problem, they started something called Child Status Protection Act. It's called CSPA. Okay. So there are many provisions which protect you. And one of the provisions, one of the policy changes the government made just a couple of weeks ago is this. Normally, if you turn 21 before your final action date becomes current,
mm.
you have a real problem getting through CSPA. I'm simplifying this. It's a little bit more
Right. Yeah, yeah,
complicated.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what the government said now was instead of looking at dates for final action, we will look for our final action dates. We will look for filing dates.
Mm,
If your date for filing 485 is current and your parents filed, you are also protected, which is a
mm,
big benefit because we have people who downgraded to EB3 category, but because their original I-140 was in EB2, their children would not have gotten the CSPA protection, um, um, not directly, and they would have turned 21. So they're stuck in that category. Now, uh, If you go back and file the 485 once the priority date becomes current, it can be argued that you are covered under the new policy. So that's the big change. Again, this is only applicable to those people
Yeah.
who are turning 21 and they were getting their green cards through their parents who are getting immigrant visas.
Right. Right. Okay. Lottery started or like H-1B application?
March 1st, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So is it gonna announce the result on March 1st or?
No, no, no. I don't, let me look at immigration.com. Just go to immigration.com. We should have it up there. I think it's March 1st through March 15th or 16th. And then they
Oh,
usually
that's the
take about
application.
2 or 3
Yeah.
days. So
Right.
I think last time they took only 3 days, something like that. I don't keep track of these things. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but it's not long after March 15th or 16th when they finish the lottery. This
Right.
comes up.
Yeah. Yep.
So lottery is on.
Okay. All right. We are getting a lot of questions already. Let's start. Shashank is asking, my current employer says it's too soon to file my H-1B in March and they will be filing it in September. My question is, are
No,
flush?
no, no. Let me explain to you how the system works.
Mm,
So remember, the lottery is aiming towards H-1Bs that begin for the next fiscal year of the government. Okay, so all of you who are finance majors know something about a financial year or
mm,
accounting majors.
mm,
So organizations like corporations can choose whatever they want their financial year to be. It doesn't have to be January 1st to December 31st. US government's fiscal year begins on October 1st of every year and it
mm.
ends on September 30th of the following year.
All right. Yep.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
October 1st there can never be earlier than October 1st start to a lottery case.
Mm, mm.
Even if you win the lottery today and you file the H-1B today, you will not be able to get start date before October 1st.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Second thing to remember is that under US laws, H-1Bs can be applied 6 months ahead of the start date.
Okay.
So if you count back from October 1st, start date is April 1st.
Mm, mm,
On April 1st, you can file a case that says my start date should be October 1st.
mm,
If your case is received on September 30th, they will
mm,
deny it because you are applying more than 6 months ahead of time.
mm,
Okay? So previously, what used to happen was we used to have a mad rush of filings because whoever gets accepted the earliest gets the lottery. It was first come, first serve.
mm-hmm,
Then slowly this evolved, and today the process is this.
mm,
The process is they will open a period 2 or 3 weeks. They will open a period. There's actually regulation that says how many days they have to do it minimum.
mm-hmm,
And every application received during that period has the same dignity. They all go into the lottery.
mm.
It's not first come, first serve,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So once your application is received by the USCIS, it goes into the lottery, and then they come back when they announce the lottery. They give you 90 days to file your application, H-1B application.
Right.
It can never be start date earlier than October 1st.
Correct. Huh.
So if your employer says we are going to apply in September, that makes sense and it doesn't make sense. Why? Because they have to apply for the lottery now. And only if you win in the lottery, they will apply for your H-1B. And they should apply as early as possible. Why wait till September?
I think he didn't say it, but he asked me the question earlier. His start join is he's just starting now, or he hasn't started already, so that's probably why.
Okay, that
But
was a
still,
lot of English, no information here.
um, his joining date is February 27. So that could be the reason why his
Yeah, but
company.
they still have to apply for the lottery now. The lottery is not going to wait till
Right.
September.
Yeah. So he
So
should push on his
yeah,
company
the
to.
lottery doesn't cost anything, guys. It only costs $10. Okay, if you
Mm.
our firm charges $50, you don't really need to pay that. You can do it yourself. It's such a simple application.
Really?
But
But you need you don't need employer?
not employer. You do. It's the employer's application.
Ha ha.
But the point is, you don't really need a lawyer. If you want to do it yourself, do it. Or if you don't want to save $50, let the professionals handle it. Chance us making a mistake, chances are less because three people review the same application, even though it's a simple application. So
Oh.
file the darn application. Make sure you don't miss the lottery.
Hmm.
After that, if you win and there is some doubt as to when you want to file, as long as you don't miss the deadline, you can take your time within that deadline.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
get to the lottery.
Hmm. Okay. All right, that was a good answer. I mean, that was a
That was a
very
long answer.
there's a lot to unpack in that answer. Cool. I There's so many questions. I'm gonna go very top. Uh, there we go. The, okay. My L1 is valid till 2024. I got it from another country, but stamp is expired. I will apply for L2 soon from home country. Can officer comment? Uh, L1 stamp need to be valid first.
So my L1. So you are transferring from L1 to L2. I will apply for L2 soon from home country. Can officer comment? Officers can ask you any questions that are relevant. L1 needs stamp needs to be valid first. Okay, so your Mr. Raza, your questions are very confusing. Um, I'm not sure I understand, even though I'm trying very hard. You are currently on L1. You are going to L2. Does L1 need to be valid? L1 always need to be valid if you are applying for L2.
Hmm.
But if you are applying for L1 again, L1 extension, for example, you got it blanket the first time. In blanket, you don't need L1 approval from the USCIS first. That's the only difference between blanket and regular L1s. If you're applying for an L1, but then you say, I'm going to apply for L2 soon. So a little confusing. But if you're applying for L1 blanket, you do not need approval from USCIS.
Yeah, got it. It was confusing. I'm applying for H1B with my current address. Can we update address if H1B picks up
Sure,
this month?
sure, absolutely. You can.
What do they have to do to update the address?
They'll just do the updated address in the H1B, as far as I remember.
Okay. So
But
when
this is not a major issue. It's not even something that comes up. See, what happens is our team is so good, they just take care of everything.
yeah,
But they kick up all the legal decisions to me.
right,
Since
right.
this has never come up and it has happened many, many times, I can guarantee you it's not an issue.
Okay, okay. Got it. All right. My OPD ends in January 30, 2024. My F1 expires May 2024. My master's program will start in August 2024, which means he's doing bachelor's. He did bachelor's year, undergrad in United States. Do I have to go back to my home country, or can I wait until August and start school again?
I'm trying to think. So um, again, these are every visa has its own requirements. I think you cannot enter the United States earlier than 30 days before your F1 start. Okay. So your session starts in August 2024. So you could be okay till July. But you have a gap between May and July, and that appears to be too long. So you're going to have to discuss it with your DSO. I think it appears to me to be a problem. And please, if your DSO has a solution, share with us so we can share it with other people.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, can we file for I-140 while we are waiting to hear back on H-1B?
Yes, you can.
It's parallel application, right?
Different parallel lines that never meet.
Okay. Oh, we already took this question. Can we directly transition from L1B to green card, or do we have to apply for H1B? I'm an Indian
Okay.
citizen born in India.
Okay.
Oh.
So that was a bad choice. Being born in India is always a problem. So now the problem is L1B is maximum 5 years, right? So you have two choices. Either you go to H1B or you go back to India. Why? Because green card is going to take longer than 5 years. So the question is, how do you maintain your status and work during those 5 years? And normally, what people do is they convert to H1B because H1B can be extended once the green card reaches a certain age. So,
Hmm.
therefore, having an H1B is important not directly but indirectly because you are India born. If you were Ethiopia born, you would not have to convert to H-1B. You could keep going on L-1 and get your green card fairly quickly.
Mm.
But you, my friend, having been born in India, and if you are married to a woman born in India as well, you're not being helped. If you are born to a woman married in Nepal, that would be a different country and you could be cross-charged to that country. So
Mm.
for you, the short answer is keep trying for H-1B every year.
Okay. Um, can we work as a DoorDash delivery driver during first year of F1 OPT? I read that first year is unrestricted.
No. First year, first year of OPT is restricted to your area of major in the college. So if you are, let's say, a chemistry major, you're not really doing chemistry when you are a DoorDash driver. Okay.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it has to be in your area of major, whatever you're doing. Now it is quite flexible. After that, for example, let's say chemistry major, right? And you start your own, if there is such a business, titration business. You do titrations of chemicals. Okay.
Mm.
And you're working at least 20 hours each week. You could do that, even your own business. But
Mm.
it's your own major, and you have to show the government that you are working at least 20 hours each week.
Yeah.
Okay. You can work paid or unpaid even in your own business. But after first year, you cannot,
Mm.
and not DoorDash.
I've seen some people who file with multiple desk consultant got legal notice in this month. What will happen to their petition?
Nobody got legal notice. Nobody has. This is USCIS is not that quick. So I don't know. Filing with multiple desk consultants, you get legal notice. I have never heard of it. Um,
Mm.
um, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. If you have more information, again, share with us. You can reach me at help@immigration.com. You can come here. You can also forward it to UD.
Yeah. Can we apply for Perm if renewal is in September 2023? What is the best choice? I'm here from April 2022. So, is it ideal to apply for Perm once my H-1B renewal or before that?
Apply now. Apply as early as you can.
What are the consequences if I get promoted during Perm process?
This is a long, long answer. You probably, if the job is very different, you probably have to start the green card all over again. But if your I-140 is approved, you will keep the priority date. So if you're getting a juicy promotion, go for it and restart your green card. It's also in our frequently asked questions. We've
Mm,
discussed this issue several times
mm.
on immigration.com.
I and my wife applied for I-145 for an EB-1B I-140 petition. My wife submitted a letter from municipality which says that they have her birth record with all details plus two affidavits. Is it sufficient?
Well, Dada, I don't understand this. Your wife submitted a letter, but why not a birth certificate then? So you
Mm.
say municipality says they have all her birth record with all the details. Then why not the birth certificate, right?
Mm,
So
mm,
I'm guessing if your wife's birth certificate or birth was registered late, long after she was born, then you could have a little bit of a hiccup. It's not a major issue. It doesn't stop your green card, but
mm.
this is definitely something that you are going to need some help with. So double check, get a consultation with a lawyer. If you don't have a lawyer, talk to your lawyers. This is not a major issue, but it needs to be resolved.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife on H4 last name was blank on passport. First name has first name, last name, which is also same for me. So we got visa as first name.
First name unknown,
Oh,
last name as first name, I
last
don't know, last
name.
name.
Now we renewed the passport in USA with correct name. Next step.
Okay, I'm not going to get into the details. You're making my head spin. I'm not sure I follow what is going on. But when there is a name discrepancy, Anuj, uh, by the way, Anuj means your little brother. Uh,
Mhm.
did you know that?
No.
Anuj means little brother, Abhiraj means big brother. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, so, um, Anuj, they are not going to be able to make any changes on the visa. They never make changes on an approved visa. Once you get the visa stamp, that's it. If you want to change her name, etc., in the visa, next time when she applies, they will change it.
Hmm. Okay. Uh, if I'm on H-1B visa, then can my spouse get a work permit visa on H-4 visa?
The short answer is yes, if you have advanced in the green card process.
Yep. This is very interesting. I've never heard of K4. I'm turning 21 this year, and on K4 visa, I'm on
Mhm.
student doing undergrad in Stanford.
Yeah. So, Hardik, I'm assuming that you were under 21 when you got the K4, but you were over 18 when your mom, um, I'm assuming that's what it was, that your mom got married to a US citizen. If that is, if my understanding is correct, I would suggest convert to an F1 visa, and I'm sure that your green card process can be done through your mother. It takes, I think, 5 6 years, but by that time you'll be done with school. You can still do F1 OPT, optional practical training, H1B also, but by that time your green card should be done.
Hmm. Hmm. That's interesting. Isn't K visa for
Yeah,
fiance?
double. Let's double check. I think K3 and K1 both have K4.
Hmm.
Let's double check what is. It's an alphabetic bet soup. Children under the age of 21, uh, yeah, it's a derivative of a K3, which is mom got married to a US citizen.
Okay. Going for 1 year masters, but due to lack of visa slot, I may have to attend some online classes for a few weeks to few months. How will it affect my OPT?
You got to talk to your DSO. So, even under the regulations, there are certain number of credits you're allowed to take online. Okay. And remember, for OPT, you just need to have maintained student status for 2 full semesters or 1 school year.
Hmm.
Okay. So it doesn't matter if you took 1 semester, if your master's is a 2 year course, the following year you can make up, you'll have that 1 year pre qualification.
He is going for 1 year masters.
If it's a 1 year master, check with your, oh, he is going for a 1 year master. Check with your DSO whether the courses that you are taking are a part of the allowed number of courses that you can do online.
Hmm.
There are regulations that tell you how many courses you can take online. I think it's 3 or 4 credits.
Yeah. Please explain about I-140 on H-1B. When can we apply for I-140?
Well, I-140 is a part of the employment-based green card process, and under EB1, EB2, EB3 categories, there are slight differences. So EB1, you directly file the I-140. Okay, you don't have to do anything else.
Hmm.
Under EB2, EB3, usually you do a Perm application, which is a labor certification first. And once that's approved, you file the I-140. But under EB2, there's a subcategory called National Interest Waiver, where you directly apply the I-140. Or if you are something called Schedule A certified job, such as a physical therapist, you directly apply for an I-140, but you still have to get the prevailing wage, which takes 7 months. I hope that helps.
Somebody asked website for your, it's immigration.com. That's
Yeah,
the
they
website.
can't see. They can't see my. I might want to put a banner up here. Might be easier.
Okay. They'll find you. I mean, you're all over my
Yeah,
page.
I'm
So.
just all over the damn place. So can't get rid of me like a bad.
That is true. I don't think people want to get rid of you. All right.
Not for a while.
Uh, Basic questions, please. Can I work for two companies on H-1B?
Sure. Amir, look up concurrent H-1B. Concurrent H-1B. So I always tell this example, my favorite example.
Mm.
One of our clients had three full-time concurrent H-1Bs. So when I filed
Wow.
the third one, USCIS says to me, "How can he do three jobs?" So we explained to them that he is a senior level database administrator. He carries a pager for three companies. They all pay him full time, but he barely works 2 hours every week
Mm.
because he only gets called in when there's nothing they can do about the problem they're having.
That is interesting.
I
So
mean,
you could legally do two full-time jobs.
why not?
Wow.
Two
Okay.
or three. This guy had three,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he
Even
worked only
even
2 hours.
even if you work 40 hours for each company.
Well, if it's not physically possible.
Right.
I mean, if you can work 80 hours each week and you can show you, actually, remember one thing, the jobs don't have to be full time. You could have 30 hours in one place,
Oh
40
yeah.
hours in
Yeah.
another place, 20 hours. So remember, H1B is not only for full time jobs, H1B can be for part time jobs. So you
Mm.
could have one full time and one part time
Part-time.
H1B concurrent.
Oh, that is interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hi, Rajiv Ji. L1. Oh, this he's probably Raza
Oh,
Saab is back. So
1 year. But I-94 is valid till 2024. I will be applying for my spouse L2, my visa for. So here is the situation, Mr. Raza. Um, I think you're from Bangladesh. I'm making a guess. So it's up to the consulate. Okay. Indian consulates have sometimes been insisting that you must have a visa. But because it's a blanket L1, I think they should give her the L2 for 2024. That's what I
mm,
think. Because you should send the I-94 copy and the copy of your entry stamp, anything that shows that you have your approval till 2024. They should honor that for the L2. Okay.
um, he's back. He's saying,
Non-availability.
yeah.
Ah, then Debanjan, that should be okay. Um, you should I send it now with case number? No idea what you're asking, Debanjan.
Okay.
So so when you have a non-availability for whatever reason, you can use two affidavits.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm assuming he's saying when he requested that case number, he might
Yeah,
also be.
whatever you have, just send it to them. They should accept it.
Yeah.
I think so. Oh, also, Debanjan, make sure you give your wife's school records, Aadhaar card, ration card, anything that shows her date of birth.
Mm, mm. Can I apply for H4 as well as H1B at that time? Will that lead to H4 getting rejected?
Now, the only danger, Angel, in multiple filings is you can multiple file in as many categories as you like. The only danger is that whichever gets approved last or the most recent approval would be your status. So if you get H4 today and H1 tomorrow, you'll be in H1 status. If you get
Mm,
H1 today, H4 next month, H4 will be your status. So if you get the desired status, move quickly to withdraw the pending application for the other status.
mm.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm making sense.
No, 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 you are. If you're wondering because of me, I'm also on the side reading all these comments.
Yeah, you're looking kind of lost there. Like,
I'm like, which one do I pick? um, One of my friend got OPT declined due to mistake done by DSO while filing OPT. Is there any way to apply again? Mm,
OPTs are hard deadlines, but I'm seeing so many strange things in immigration. I hesitate to just say flat out no. Okay.
mm,
Um, if you can get a letter from the school saying that they made a mistake, you know, and file, at least you can argue. This would be my argument that look, the DSO works for you, Mr. USCIS. He doesn't work for me. Okay.
mm,
He's
mm.
the one access to service. I don't have any access to service. Okay. So when your agent makes a mistake, you should bear the responsibility. Don't be that rude, but just say, then why should I suffer for something that I have no control over?
Mm.
So kindly consider this.
So
If
how would
this
this like would he send like an email or a letter or like
motion to reopen, maybe.
motion to reopen?
Yeah,
Okay.
because OPT got declined, so motion to reopen.
Mm.
There are
Okay.
two kinds of motion: motion to reopen, motion to reconsider. They are both MTR. Motion to reconsider is when the law is incorrectly applied.
Mm.
Motion to reopen is when the facts have developed that need further, in other words, new facts.
You sound like a lawyer or something.
I kind I yeah, spent about it's 29 since I was 21 years old. About 40 years in this profession. 41.
Yeah. All right. If my last question for the day, if my H-1B is approved and I'm graduating in May, I will need to file petition after my master's degree is conferred. My question is, can I submit the official transcript
Yes,
instead
sir.
of degree conferred?
We did this question last time also, but we'll do it again. It's an important question. So you are in the master's degree program. March rolls around. Your degree is not yet finished, but you should apply for the lottery anyway. Okay. Remember, you have to have your master's degree coursework and every requirement completed. If there's thesis, every requirement completed before you file the H-1B, not before you file the lottery.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
lottery can be filed without completion of the degree. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, when the time comes to file an H-1B, whether you come under master's degree or bachelor's degree will depend upon how far along in your submission are you. So I have
Hmm.
normally our clients will get a letter from the school saying all his coursework is completed, all requirements are completed. He's only waiting for formal conferral of degree, which will occur in September. And
Hmm.
that is enough.
Hmm. And that will be considered under masters?
That will be considered a master's.
Okay. Right. And so, how long? Follow-up question: how long do people have once they get their lottery picked up till applying for H-1B?
90 days, right? So that's what they typically give us.
Okay,
If I remember correctly, the regulations, it's 90 days.
N- 90 days before October 1st, or 90 days
No,
since
they'll
they.
say, okay, um, your petition has been picked.
Hmm.
You are selected for the lottery. You have 90 days to file the case.
Okay,
So if gets picked up in March, you are April, May, June.
and
You
so
apply by
in May, you can potentially wait until and then submit that. Okay, got it.
yeah.
Cool. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you, Rajiv Ji. Come back next week, Friday, 7 a.m. California time and 10 a.m. New York time. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Take care, guys.